So the labyrinth. Once you have come through the cauldron of transformation, which was not easy, you will have found the inspiration to take on the labyrinth. So this is where the true healing starts. It will transform you physically, mentally, emotionally. It is the most difficult part of this, but also the most rewarding. It's also about those guides, but to me this was more of a sisterhood. This is the goddess energy. It is the people around you that may not be the people you thought they were going to be there for you. Completely different people, but they're the ones that are there, that have literally guided you through this very difficult part. So you're literally now getting right into it. This is where the healing begins. If you start to enter the labyrinth, it is a maze, obviously. And you are going to trace those steps like many that have done before, and you are going to go all the way up and then all the way back down, all the way back up. It's a maze. You may get lost along the way. Happens. But you have enough within you now to just keep going. When you get to this labyrinth stage of this healing journey, do not give up. I cannot stress that enough. It's like climbing a mountain, which it is, and you're just like, I just can't go back down and do this again. But please do, and keep going back up. Keep doing that as many times as you can. It's almost like you're doing that until you get fit, so that once you can actually do that quite easily and there's nothing kind of like stopping you or making you not want to come back down and do it all again, that's when you know you've got to the top of the tour. So you're literally going to be facing everything. It's very confronting, but this is where you've decided what's going on. You're getting to the very root cause of things, and you are facing your fears straight on. It's natural instinct to just gap it and not do that, but that's the whole point of doing this because that's usually what we've done for a very long time, and why things still aren't quite right in yourself. So facing those challenges and those fears and that transformation diminishes it. So when you've got something big, there's an amazing Foals song, big Foals fan, Mountain at My Gates, and it's like where you see something so big, you're just like, no, I can't, it's scary, I can't address that, I can't look at that, I can't do that, no. But the minute you do, and you feel really doing it, but the minute you do, it just gets that little bit less. And then you go back and you do it again, and you go through the labyrinth and through the labyrinth until you can now look at that situation, whatever it may be for you, and it does not affect you. Biggest thing ever, the feeling when that happens, something that you would run from, you can now go, oh, yep, no, I acknowledge it. I acknowledge the fear it had for me. No longer, because I have worked through it and I've done the work. I have faced it head on, and it will diminish. You can't do this. Okay, this is confusing a little bit, but it's like, this is your own work. It's your own journey. So you do have guides, but they are literally there as guides. No one can do this work for you. No one can say, hey, do this and this will go away, or just you know, give you some advice and you're like, oh cool, yep, that, like, no. You have to be the one, and you're the only one that will know within yourself if you've moved on from something and healed it. Your guides are there just to give you the space, the holding space, the sort of little nuggets, for want of a better word, of wisdom that you will need, and you can sort of take all these things on board, and they will help you to keep moving forward, but they will not do the journey for you. So that's a big thing to understand. Nobody can work through something on your behalf. When you get to the top of this tour, it is incredible. The view, the feeling, you know, and again, there's like no time limit on this. You would have heard me talk back with the cauldron, with, you know, how long a healing journey can take. Do not pressure yourself. It is literally, some people it's, you know, quite fast, other people it can take a long time. There literally is no time. You do what you need to do. The piece itself, man, you get a feeling from this one. There'll be a better picture that we'll put up here that you can see, so I can explain it. But the design of the labyrinth took me quite some time. I kind of had this exact idea in my head of what I wanted it to be, to explain what happens when you're going through the labyrinth. This, for me, the onyx or the aquamarine or the moonstone as the center is the top of the tour. The little moonstones around the edge, that's you. So you are guided, you're always guided by the Avalon moon, that's there the whole time. But this is you, and you're just going around as many times as you need to through that labyrinth until you've got it. And believe me, you'll know when you've got it, meaning you've moved past something or accepted something. Around the edges, they are little goddess spirals, and they had been coming in as a symbol for me for a long time. I was just seeing them literally everywhere, and I've put them around the edge of the ring, which are the goddesses of Avalon, priestesses of Avalon, that are going to be there with you. We do need to, it's helpful to honour the wisdom of those that have been there before us, and walk the same path. Know they are there, literally, like I say, holding that space for you. You're protected. Keep going. Okay, you're protected, and yeah, there's a lot of help for you along that journey. For me, I know I keep going back to this, but I just hope it sort of relates and helps someone when I explain my kind of more personal experience of it. But I had 5 amazing people, like I say, all different ages, all different parts of the world, and they were there for me in so many different aspects. One was very realistic and just keeping me on track. I had someone else who was just literally bringing me right back to basics of the breathing, and looking at the bigger picture rather than being, too sort of all over the place. Just look at what you're trying to achieve. I had someone who's incredibly connected spiritually, which was a very, very good reassurance that I was on the right track and needed to be doing this. I had one of my very best friends who's very smart, pragmatic, amazing, that would just keep it pretty real. And yeah, there's just like and then of course the person I mentioned earlier, with all my grounding work. So just having, like I say, those bits of wisdom coming in from your guides is incredibly important, and it can be from anyone that you just meet by chance or resonate with. Yeah. So the labyrinth it can take some time. I also see this ring as a symbol of getting to the top of that tour and the journey that it took me to get there. The fact that it took such a long time, and I remember the days where I was like, nah, I just can't. I'm just too tired. I just can't. But I did. So this represents a huge amount of, the work and the breakthrough, and coming into a whole new, amazing freedom of mind and openness to many, many things. For want of a better word, it's also very much an unlearning. So a lot of things that you used to believe or think about yourself, think about other people, whatever it is, it's an unlearning. You're really going through that labyrinth and just reintegrating yourself with who you want to be, which will take you to the very exciting final piece of the healing journey of Avalon.